Ocean City and Hollywood, it's Funny Women Day on The Wayne Brady Show. Wayne's guests today are Nia Vardalos, comedian Joan Rivers, the outrageous Kathy Griffin, and Margaret Cho. Plus, the hilarious Rita Rudner and Peter Michael Escovedo and the PME5. Now, here's your host, Wayne Brady.
Hello, welcome to the show, everybody. How you feel today? Good. Oh, look at, sit down. Man, I feel like I know you folks. Wow, I feel like we are one. And thank you folks at home for tuning in to the show. You guys are all happy. It's so nice to come out before a happy audience. It's not good when the audience are convicts. It's not the same. Hey, it's not the same, so I'm happy to be here. Peter Michael Escovedo and the PME5 right over there to my right. This is a good show. But right now, my first guest wrote and starred in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Yeah. Which, by judging how much money the movie made, everyone in the country saw it 18 times. Me, myself, I saw it a lot as well. And you know, the first time I didn't want to see it, I have to admit I did the thing, you know, it's a chick flick, I don't want to see it. I saw that thing 8 times, and I cried 6. That's all I have to say. I'm a big, big fan. So we had to do her introduction the right way. Mr. Peter Michael, let's get funky. Put your hands together, come on. Ow. She's a very funny girl, the kind you would take home to mother. She's the toast of this town. She makes Slovakia like no other. Oh, girl. She made a little film about her great big fat Greek wedding. Now it's raking in a boatload of dramas, like the TV show I'm betting. Nominated for an Oscar, she's a super freak, the girl you can read about in People magazine. A Cinderella story, to hit her feet. She's got friends from Mount Olympus. That girl's unique. She's alright, she's alright. On Saturday night, you see. Yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Sing. She's a super great. What? Super great. She's fat and cheesy. Yeah. Super great. Super great. Not Japanese. Super great. Super great. So welcome, please. Please welcome the Oscar-nominated star of My Big Fat Greek Wedding and the new show My Big Fat Greek Life, the very funny Nia Vardalos. She's so Super Greek.
I've never been sung about before. I love that, Wayne. Thank you.
See, we can make that happen.
It's great. You have such a great voice. Thank you.
Why, thank you, madam. Welcome to My Big Fat Black Man Show. Thank you so much.
It's great to be here. Hi, everybody. Hi.
Now, this is you know, I gotta admit, it's a little awkward for me because I know you. Last time I saw you was a while ago when we were doing a little show. And I loved you then, and I thought that you're so funny. And then I'm watching the film, and I'm so proud of you.
Aw, thanks.
So I'm such a huge fan, but I consider myself your friend, so I want to be your fan friend.
I like that, fan friend. I know, we actually were improvising around Los Angeles years ago, just trying to get a job. Like,
just try to, and look at you now.
I looked at you now.
Yeah, come on now.
Come on now. I'm ready to go. Yeah.
First off, congratulations. You are an Oscar nominee.
Yes, yes. My mom actually just called me this morning and said, "May I please speak to my Oscar-nominated daughter?" It's kind of cool, awesome. Yeah.
Do you wake up every morning and do the Oscar nomination dance?
Yes, I do. Yeah, yes, I do. And my husband catches me. I'm usually just at home just doing this, like, Oscar nom. Hey, when'd you get home? Hey. Hey, yeah, he catches me a lot, yeah.
Now, how'd you find out about the nomination? Were you called? Was it on TV?
We were working so hard on getting the TV show launched, and
Right.
I was at CBS until like midnight, and then I came home and I had to do a rewrite on this movie that I'm in pre-production for. Like, be careful what you wish for, you know? Like, all of a sudden, I couldn't get a job, and now I've got 8. And so I slept in. I slept way past the alarm, and I actually had a dream that my husband was making coffee in the kitchen, and I thought, oh, it's 7:30, the phone didn't ring, okay, I didn't get nominated. Because everyone says you're going to get, and you don't believe it, but whatever, I had the dream. And then the phone rang right by my ear, and I came awake out of that dream, and it was my best friend crying. And I was like, what? Who fell? You know, like I thought something horrible had happened, and she was like, you got nominated for an Oscar for screenplay. And I was like, shut up. Like, I couldn't believe it, couldn't believe it. And then Rita Wilson and Tom Hanks, name drop, called.
Here, let me get that for you.
Yeah, exactly, thank you. I dropped it. I'll put it back in my pockets and drop it later. Yes, they were great and gave me advice on what to do, which I'm doing. You know, Tom said, go buy a dress, bring your family down, which I was like, yes, yes, yes. And Rita and I were like, just crying the whole time, and it was great.
So what'd the family do?
Oh, my family was just like, do we need agents now?
Now I feel like I know all of your family after watching the movie so much.
Yeah.
Now, is your dad really like that?
Well, he's not anti-education or anything like that in any way, but he is. He does believe that everything is a Greek word. You know, he will turn anything. Lederhosen, Greek word.
And one of my favorite parts of the film, and you know, I'm talking like everyone has seen it, which you all have. All of you. That if it's one bit of advice that I picked up from the movie, it was that Windex. Windex makes, you know what I'm talking about? Windex really works.
Yeah.
It really works.
Actually, I have a zit. Could you help me out?
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you very much. It'll go away by tonight.
Now, is it true that the Windex sales shot right up after the movie?
Isn't that funny? The sales of Windex and feta cheese are through the roof.
You've never had cheese until you've had the feta.
Exactly.
Feta mo better. And we will be right back. We have more of Nia Vardalos right after this. More of the cheese. Get away.
Coming up, more with my Big Fat Greek wedding star, Nia Vardalos. And still to come, the always funny Joan Rivers.
Athens at sunset.
Oh, yeah, that was the view from our hotel. Uh-oh.
You stayed in a hotel?
Let me explain.
You were supposed to stay with my brother. He was very excited.
Yes, we did for one night, but Dad, the house was so small, our bed was in the hallway with Uncle George walking by going, I'm just going to pee, I'm not looking.
First, we're back with Nia Vardalos, and that was a clip from My Big Fat Greek Life, which airs Sunday nights at 8 on CBS. And I would just like to say, bragging on your behalf, you know, I've got my little official CBS paperwork. My Big Fat Greek Life, when it premiered as the most watched and highest rated premiere episode of a comedy on any network since 1998. Can you dig that?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Since 1998.
Yeah, I was just happy that my cousins in Chicago watched. I was just they called and were like, that was awesome. That just made me happy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And besides the TV show, the DVD is the #1 DVD. and how much have you grown? It's 220 million?
Today, 241 million, but who's counting?
Excuse me. Well, at least $56 of that was mine because I did go see it.
Thank you for going. I really appreciate
7
it.
times, and I've paid for it 7 times, and the other two or three times that I've seen it, it's been on the airplane. So I could not get away from your movie. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened to me too. I was on a flight to Washington and it was playing on the, I didn't even know, and the flight attendant went, the movie today will be My Big Fat Greek. Oh my God, she's here!
That's great.
And I was like, oh. Yeah, it was kind of neat.
Now the show picks up where the movie left off.
Yeah, the TV show is, you know, in the movie there's the wedding, and then at the end of the movie there's something else. There's a 6-year-old girl, and what we did with the TV show is we are showing the chunk in between those two. We're showing the 6 years before the 6-year-old girl. That's what we're doing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's picking up at the honeymoon. Last night's episode was the honeymoon, and we're currently shooting episode 4. Yeah, it's kind of fun. We have the whole cast, and we have Stephen Eckel playing the role of Thomas Miller.
What an incredible cast. And he instead of John Corbett.
Yeah, John had signed to do something with FX last year.
Lucky.
Although, yeah, Lucky. He's Lucky in Lucky. He's the lead role. And one of the tabloids said that the reason that he wasn't in the TV show is because I have a stalking sex-like crush on him. And that,
do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
What am I, dumb? And that Bo Derek is so mad at me that she's gonna kill me or something, and all these tabloids are saying that, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Well, I'm glad, actually, that you brought that up. Since your star has risen and everything is going so well for you, you are in the tabloids a lot. I've read that. And I also read that you were making out with my buddy Joey Fatone from NSYNC.
Yeah, that one's true as well.
Okay. Yeah. So I called him immediately. I said, dude, did you really? You're like, no.
I know. We remember we were in the same place the night that tabloid said that we were together. But yeah, I know. They say, people say stuff, and it's okay. It's all right. I worry about my parents. I worry that, but my mom just thinks it's funny, which is great. And then my cousins are like, wow, can you hook me up with Joey Fatone?
Your folks are, they must just be ecstatic the fact that their little girl wrote and directed this show.
No, I didn't direct it. No,
I'm sorry, you didn't direct it, but that you wrote this one-woman show. If you don't know the story, you wrote a one-woman show and you produced it here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, well, first I workshopped the material, and my friend said this should be a movie, and I went, oh, okay. So I wrote the screenplay, and then I couldn't get it read. I don't have an uncle that's the head of a studio. I couldn't get it made, so I thought, well, I'll just try. So I thought, well, I'll just try it as a one-woman show. All I was trying to do is maybe get an agent and like 3 lines on the Drew Carey show or something, name drop. And so, and that's your butt.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, then out of the blue, Rita Wilson comes to the show, and she said this should be a movie, and I handed her that screenplay so fast that her hair flew back. And then she sent her husband, Tom Hanks, to the very next show. Can you imagine that show? Like, I just was completely freaked out in the wings. My husband was waiting outside. He was the ticket taker for my little show where I also made the lemonade. And I said, we knew that Tom was coming because I also took the reservations on the phone during the day, like using a Russian accent, like my big fat geek ready, like that. And so I knew Tom was coming, and we didn't know if he was going to come or not, and we blocked out 4 seats, and you could hear the audience going, oh, why can't I have those seats? Like, they were mad that they couldn't have the seats, and the ushers were like, because they're reserved for someone. They were like, well, why can't I have them? Why can't? And then you see Tom Hanks walk in, and they all went, why can't, oh, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks. And I was completely freaked out. And I thought the story would end there. I was just excited he came to my show. He wrote me a beautiful letter. And then he just called me out of the blue and said, my partner Gary Getzman and I have formed a company, and we're going to make your movie. And I was like, shut up.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
Absolutely. You know what? That's why everyone moves to Hollywood. You are living the Cinderella story. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks,
you
Wayne.
awesome. Nia Vardalos, everyone. Check out the show on CBS. Thank you, Miss Nia. You're absolutely wonderful.
Coming up next, Funny Women Day continues with Joan Rivers and later Kathy Griffin.
You are not anyone in Hollywood until you've been given the red carpet treatment by our first guest. She's a groundbreaking comedian who's now doing her own one-woman show, Broke and Alone in L.A. Sounds like my first 4 years here. Through April 26th at the Cannon Theater right here in Beverly Hills. Please welcome the one, the only, Joan Rivers. Look at you. You got your furs and your jewelry
It's
on?
my dog. I came from London. They won't let you have your dogs in alive.
Right.
And I couldn't bear to leave them, so killed them. That's it. Yeah.
Good boy.
Nice.
Good boy.
You don't have to walk them. You don't have to feed them. I would have done this years ago.
Hey, I knew that I was going to have you on the show, so I wanted to ask you something. Your daughter, Melissa, has been on the show, and I've talked to her. She is being offered $400,000 to pose naked for Playboy?
5.
Is this true?
$500,000 to do the July cover.
That's $250,000.
I know.
Each one.
I know, and called me And so what do you think, Mom? I'm a mother. You know, what you go, up to you. What you want to go is, what do I think? You know, get 200,000 more and take off your pants. Let's just do it. You know? But you don't say that. You go,
you don't say. You just think
whatever you want, whatever you. I mean, it kills me.
Whatever makes you happy.
Whatever makes you happy, whatever you think is right. Whatever you want. I'm still paying for the damn wedding. She's been divorced 2 years. And she's turning, it's like, you know. She wanted canapes. I'll be dead. I'll be doing jokes to the morticians. Yeah, canapes. You know what pigs in a blanket cost?
Pigs in a blanket are good, though.
Cheese whiz? It was some wedding. The best.
Yeah, sounds like it was expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Catered by Dixie Cup. It was nice. So, it's been 14 years.
14 years since I performed in L.A.
Why?
I don't know. I used to work here all the time, and I love this little theater called the Cannon Theater, but you just get busy. I've been, you know, all over the world instead. And it's just been 14 years, and now everything is so... A friend of mine who I hadn't seen in 14 years came to the airport to pick me up. It's an old lady. You know, it's like she was an old hippie, you know, and now it's this little old lady with a backpack. 82 years old with a backpack. What does she carry? Depends on what do you carry in a backpack? She's carrying dead friends' ashes. I mean, it's just, you know, 14 years old. And pierced. She's pierced.
She's 82 and pierced?
82 and pierced.
What are you doing pierced at 82?
I swear, she wanted to. Literally, I came from the airport, and she wanted to stop and get me pierced. You know, come on, she said, you know, you gotta get... I need, just run you another hole for gas to come out of. I don't want to get pierced. Melissa's into, you know, your age, that's Melissa's age.
Yeah, because we're freaky, the 30-year-olds we are.
You know,
we're just wild.
And so, you know, I bet you have a tattoo or something.
I have no tattoos or piercings.
Good. See, Melissa has no piercings. I wanted to get my nipple pierced, and I actually did. But my toe kept getting stuck in it. So I took it off. You gotta know. You have to know when it's over. You know what I'm saying?
You just gave me images that I know. Stop. You ought to be in the National Geographic or something. So I know you and I know Melissa,
right.
But you guys have this huge family of funny people? Because I don't know a lot about your home life.
Very few. And it's getting diminished, you know. I mean, thank God we have my grandson, Cooper, whatever his name is. And I love him very much, but I just forget his name at this age, you know. But my mother-in-law just died, and that depressed me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And, well, she was a mean old lady, but, because they're dead, they're nice. She was mean. I hate when people... They brought out the wedding cake, and she bit the head off the bride. I mean, from the very beginning. I was married 30 years, and she kept introducing me as Edgar's first wife. And she just didn't like me. And no matter what I did, you know, you can't please some people.
Absolutely.
It was always like, you're standing on my windpipe. I mean, there was always, I was wrong, she was right. I don't want the radio in the tub with me, Joan. My fault.
So demanding.
Demanding. And now she left the thing that she wanted her ashes sprinkled in the Atlantic Ocean, like I have time. So I'm just going to flush them down the toilet, because it all goes there.
Right. Sooner or later.
Sooner or later, she'll be there.
So what do you
Have you thought of death? You don't think about death at your age.
No, I do. I think about death all the time. But I didn't start thinking about death really until I had the baby. And now I'm like, oh, God, I want to be around for blah, blah, blah.
Yes. Exactly. I don't know if I want to be cremated. I don't know what I want to be. All I know is I want to die peacefully in my sleep, like my father did, and not like the rest of the people in the car with him, you know? That always... I always think about that.
Yeah, you know, it's nice to go peacefully.
To go peacefully.
And to drag the rest of them with you.
And drag them with you. But I don't know, it's hard being a mother, you know, and and it's hard having a child. Were you there for the delivery?
Absolutely. No, I had to be. If I would not have been there for delivery, I would have gotten beaten, and then she would have divorced me.
Oh, yeah, but I wasn't even there when Melissa was born. It's different times, you know? And the nurse right away, those liars. Ah, she was holding my grandson. He's got your nose. He looks just like you. You are a liar. I didn't have this nose till I was 36 years old. Don't tell me they lie to you about things like that.
They just fool you. They just fool you. You make me so happy, Joan Rivers.
Well, so good to see you.
Having you, I need to ask you a question because I'm doing the Emmys next month.
I heard.
And so I've got to be prepared fashion-wise.
Yeah.
And the thing is
well, then you better not wear this.
Well, okay, good.
Yeah.
Note to self.
Yes. Yeah.
Never have Joan back. Ever. Again.
No, this is fine for daytime. This is fine for behind the desk. But you want to look
Okay, so that's what I look.
terrific. You want to look like a star.
So I should probably should I wear a tux or just a really nice suit?
Is it daytime or evening?
I believe they're in the late afternoon.
When will they be shown? It's all about when they're on the air.
Nighttime.
Wear a tuxedo. Look elegant.
Okay,
Look like
good.
I'm a star. I'm here. I've arrived.
Okay, good.
Or look like a Looney Tune. Those are the two that that's what they remember. You remember the ones that look great. You remember Cher and that stupid Titanic hat.
You remember that?
You remember that? What's her name?
Lara Flynn Boyle.
Smartest white woman alive today to come out like a ballerina. She made every paper across the world.
Absolutely. And Bjork.
And be like a chicken.
Like a chicken. Like a great big entertainment chicken.
Did you see her? She would stop and she would pretend to lay an egg. Did you see that?
That's performance art.
That's performance art. Did you have an egg?
Yeah, but she fooled me because I was following her like, it was weird. It was just weird.
But and you have to know what to ask. You know, you have to be very careful.
Like?
Well, you have to ask who you're wearing.
Okay.
You know, whose dress is that? You know, you have to. What you really want to say, like, who's your plastic surgeon? You want to ask, don't you know your husband's gay? I mean, there's so many questions you want to ask.
No,
Why are you with that old man? I mean, it's like, you know, things like that.
Yeah, but those are things that I don't think I can ask them all those
No,
things.
you can't.
Though. Because I can't ask them things about their husbands being...
No, but you want to. You'd like to have, like, the final award show where you can really say to someone,
well,
you have
the very
always
last
been
thing.
and everybody hates you. We're so great.
Sit down and go, good night.
Good night.
And never perform on stage again.
No. The final show.
The very last show ever.
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 Say what you're thinking.
That makes me happy. Well, when I decide to do that show, I'm going to call you so we can go down together.
I'll write the questions for you.
Right on.
A pleasure to see you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joan Rivers, Broken Alone in L.A., now through Saturday, the Cannon Theater in Beverly Hills. Go see this lady. We'll be right back.
Coming up, funny ladies Kathy Griffin and Margaret Cho. And still to come, the hilarious Rita Rudner.
Right now, our first guest is a very funny lady who we all remember from the TV show Suddenly Susan. And beginning July 14th on NBC, she'll be starring in a mysterious new reality show. It's so mysterious I have to whisper because I don't know what it is. Please welcome very funny lady, good friend of mine, Miss Kathy Griffin. Hello.
All right, this is Dog Day.
Yes,
All
it
right.
is.
Already there's been an incident. Lisa Gibbons, who's here, who you might think is a nice person, is a vicious and hurtful woman.
What'd she do?
Her dog, Crystal, tried to throw down with my dogs. And then, you know, Lisa's the type like, oh, it's okay, and like encouraging the dog, like, bite her, bite her. And I just want to say that's a side of Lisa that you wouldn't normally know about. But Lisa Gibbons can be vicious. Vicious.
Just horrible.
No, she's really sweet. But I'm ready for all the dogs to like mix it up.
What type of dog do you have?
I brought 2 dogs. They're just like pound mutts. I don't know what they are.
Oh, well, mutts are the best kind.
Yeah,
Mutts are the best kind.
yeah,
because
yeah.
they love.
Yes, they love.
Especially dogs that have been rescued because they know they're like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, especially one of my dogs, pretty much every day, he actually starts to speak like a human. It's like, oh, thanks, I love this house. And then, but then I have another dog that we got when she was a puppy from the pound, and that dog has totally forgotten her pound days. So she's like, you call this a house? It's really weird. There's one dog that's really grateful, and the other one is like, we call her like our little Britney Spears, because she's like kind of like a cranky teenager where, well, not that Britney's a teenager anymore. She's fat and old like all the other ones. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's terrible. No,
She's
you know
not
what?
a girl, not yet a woman. What are you talking about?
You know what? I actually went to this. I went to the GLAAD Awards a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
The Gay and Lesbian Anti-Defamation. I don't know what it is. Anyway, a lot of gay.
Glad
people
you went.
A lot of gay people that don't want to, you know, be persecuted because they're gay. Okay, so anyway, then Christina Aguilera was in line, and or Aguilera. Anyway, so she was in line. And
Si.
I can't keep up with her El Salvadorian roots, which she doesn't know about either until she made the album in Spanish. Anyway, money. All right, so anyway, so she's there in line, and the reporters of the red carpet were asking me, what do you think about Christina's weight gain? This girl has to weigh max 105. I'm not kidding. First of all, she's like really, really tiny, but they're like, oh, she's really plumped up. I said, well, what do you think about me? I must be getting the Carney Wilson operation in a week.
What? See, that's what I hate about Hollywood functions is why would a reporter ask you that and she's there at the function?
She was like 5 feet away from me, although she wouldn't, you know, Christina she wouldn't talk to me because she knows I may say things about her in my act that may not always be 100% flattering. Mm-hmm. Oh, I gotta tell you. Okay, so, by the way, I'm in a big fight with the American Idol kids. Get this. Okay, so last time I was on the show,
right.
I always have fun when I'm on the show, and I walk, and this is when there are a lot more of the American Idol kids. There were still like 10 left or whatever. So anyway, I walk in the elevator, and they're all there, and I was in hog heaven because I'm a big fan of the show. So I went, hey, it's the American Idol kids, and every one of them went like that. And I thought,
you got snubbed by the American Idol kids?
Snubbed by the Idol kids. And so then I was in the makeup room, and somebody from the crew of one of the shows said, oh, the American Idol kids are mad at you. And I said, what? And then it goes like this. They go, are you saying something bad about them in your act? You know, when I do stand up? And I go, yeah, that's all I do is say terrible things about people. It's all I got. And so anyway, they go,
That's it?
That's it. That's my act. Horrible things about people I've met. I have one more thing. Do you have to go to break, or should I go for it?
No, you
Okay.
talk. You are my guest,
So,
Kathy.
all right, so get this. I got an award last weekend, and the first time I've ever gotten an award. I've never been, like, honored for anything.
At the GLAAD thing.
No, not the GLAAD. This is another gay group, because they're the only ones who like me. So anyway, it's pretty much gay people and my parents. All right,
We all like Kathy.
Oh,
yes, we
yes.
do. Pinky finger.
So I get an award given to me by the Gay and Lesbian Center here in Los Angeles, and they have this really awesome theater. You should do shows there. They have a really great theater there that I do shows at sometimes. Okay, so anyway, they give me an award for, I don't even know what. Like, I don't know what the hell I did to get an
Best
award.
achievement in being a straight, redheaded lady.
I think I probably got an award for turning more guys gay in high school than any other girl. Because my ratio was about 90%. Okay, so anyway.
Is that what it said under your yearbook picture? It's
Most
just-
likely to turn you gay. Yes. Yes, that was me. But you know, we had so much fun at the prom. Okay, so I was always some guy's beard, like at the prom and homecoming. All right, so anyway, I get this award, right? And they call and they say, you know, it's kind of like a big deal. They're giving it to me, Jennifer Lewis, very talented actress.
Love Jennifer
awesome.
Lewis. We've had her on the show.
Right, awesome. And then who the hell else got it? I don't know. It's probably somebody important. Oh, Susan Finnegan, who does the Border Grill. Like, she has a cooking show. Lesbian. All right, so hello, I'm here. Hi.
Keep talking, Kathy.
Are we just in commercial break now, but you're acting like we're on a show?
Yeah, like it's really talking about Purina Cat Chow right now. We're there. No, finish your story. We're here.
Okay, so anyway, they wanted someone famous and fabulous to give me the award.
Right.
So they're like, well, do you think Brooke Shields... So now I know why I'm really getting the award, right? So they go, do you think Brooke Shields will give it to you? I go, I don't think she's going to do it. Then they're like, well, what about... And they're going through, like, Cameron Manheim and people that I know, but nobody wants to give me an award. So I was like, no, they're not going to do it. So then I could tell they were kind of bummed. So I got a friend of mine named Dennis Hensley, who's a very funny writer, and he gave me the award, and it was great. But then they said, well, you know, you have a table of 10 people for your entourage. Like I have an entourage. Me, 2 gay guys, and a bunch of like strangers that were like seat fillers. Like they had to pay people to sit at my table. Everybody else had a table with like their relatives and their agents and their managers. It was like me going like, what's your name again, honey? Like just...
Well, I would have come and done it for you.
You are so full of it.
No, I am full of it. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it.
Coming up, Funny Women Day continues with Margaret Cho. And still to come, Rita Rudner.
Our next next guest comedy show, I'm the One That I Want, was turned into a book and then made into a movie which grossed more money per print than any other movie in history. Her most recent tour, The Notorious CHO, is the top-selling stand-up DVD on Amazon.com, and it's really great. It's funny, I watched it last week. And her brand new live concert, The Revolution Tour, begins March 1st. Please welcome Margaret Cho.
To get dressed up for you. Now, this is what I call, the look is the abominable hoe woman.
Right.
That's right, because, you know, I was voted in one of these magazines, like, I don't know which one, that have all the, you know, the skinny ladies with a body like a bicycle on the cover. They said that I was the 10th worst dressed woman in the world.
In the world?
In the world. And so I said, I'm going to go for number one.
Right, because you have to be the best.
I'm going to go for number one.
Be the best. Be the best.
I'm so happy to meet you. I'm so happy for you and the baby and everything.
Thank you.
You know, it's such a wonderful, wonderful experience, and you're nervous but happy.
I'm incredibly nervous.
Yes.
Yeah.
As I was in my I was with my friend, and I was helping her in the delivery room, like, and
wow.
It is a miracle. You know, when you actually witness someone have a baby, you see how powerful women are. I mean, we are the front door to life. And you know that, you know,
Absolutely.
when you see it. It's so incredible. And it's like, my friend to me was just this symbol of the universe, you know, and of creation and of life. And as I looked at her, then it exploded. But I saw that, I said no. I don't need one of that. No, I do not. I said no.
No, but you just got engaged, so the chances are that you might be having
I know.
one later on.
Well, that may happen, but when, you know, if I actually do have a child, well, I'll just get one from Cambodia, like Angelina Jolie, because really, you know, come on, really, because who's gonna know? I mean.
I don't even want to talk to you.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, it's the most beautiful thing. It's like childbirth. It's a miracle, and I'm really happy for you. It's like you're creating another person to bring into the world, and it's beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you.
And what a nice, you're gonna be such a nice daddy.
That's the thing, is I want to be a good dad, but there is no book on it, so I'm just going to do the best I can and
That's all you need.
see what happens.
You're gonna sing songs.
I'm going to sing a little song.
You're just gonna be, and they're gonna be so proud of you.
Well, enough about me. You know that I want to talk about you. I'm so happy to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Like I said, that you just got engaged. Congratulations
Thank
to you
you.
on that.
Thank you.
That's a really good thing. Now, and I didn't know your marital status as far, because I just saw The Notorious CHO.
Right.
And I'm telling you, that is really one of the, it's not for the faint of heart, folks. So if you're sitting at home like, oh, I think I might want to watch her little DVD, if you've got a strong constitution, then you can watch it. I think we've already shown you that.
Well, you can watch it. I mean, if you have a pacemaker, be careful. But you can watch. I think it's a.
It's so good.
Thank you.
And a lot of the stuff that you talk about dating, and you talk about, you know, you're very frank and honest about sex and about your life and about that.
Sex is like the greatest thing, so why not celebrate it? I don't think anything's dirty or weird or bad. I think it's all something that we should discuss. But people are always like, you got to engage. You know, engagement is so sort of traditional and whatever, and it's a weird thing because, you know, the week before that, I was making out with Anna Nicole Smith on her TV special. So I just thought, I don't know.
Hold on a minute. You need to go, what?
Go back? Oh, you missed that? Oh, did you watch her show? That's a good show. I love Anna Nicole Smith. She's so cute.
What were you doing kissing Anna Nicole
Well, first of all, I went on that show because I wanted to go through her medicine cabinet. But then, but you know that, you know Kimmy locked all that stuff up. So anyway, I went down there and it was boring. It was a boring party. It was boring.
Is that why you guys kissed?
Yeah, because
it was boring?
Yeah, because I didn't know anybody, and if you're bored at a party, the only thing you can
play
do...
Chinese checkers or play Twister or something?
No, you make out with the host. That's what you do. It's in Emily Post. That's what they say to do. If you're bored at a party, you just You just throw that host up against the wall and you just mack down on them. It don't matter who they are. You just do it.
You better hold on. Please, come back. I'm begging you to come back. Girl.
Closed captioning for The Wayne Brady Show is sponsored by
is an accomplished actress, best-selling author, and comedian. Please welcome one of the funniest women in the history of the world. So I say, Rita Rudner. Hello, Miss Rita Rudner.
Hello, Mr. Wayne.
It is a pleasure to have you, madam.
Thank you. It's a very, very liquid set here.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
Interesting.
I always have to pee.
Ah, I see.
There is water everywhere,
How
so that's why I
convenient.
try not to look at anything.
I have to go to the bathroom now. Could you excuse me for a second?
Yes, good night, folks. No. The world's shortest interview. Thank you, and welcome to the show, and congratulations to you. I hear that you have an addition to your family.
We haven't even said it yet. It's so new, but we adopted a child. We adopted a child who has a job. So we have a third income now. No, we have the cutest little baby in the world.
Oh.
I know, and it was just such a. I don't feel like a mother yet, because she's only 12 weeks old. But I say she's 10 weeks because she's a girl, and I think you should start lying early.
Yes.
If you're a girl. And I just feel like there's an adorable baby living in my house. But I guess you just start to nag, and then gradually you're a mother.
Yes.
So I guess that comes later. It was a natural adoption. I was awake the entire time.
Oh, good for you, because you look great. You look great.
And you know what's so strange? It was biological, because it was 9 months from the day we started trying to adopt a baby till the day we got the baby. And during the lady's pregnancy, I gained 40 pounds. And I still can't lose them, so everything went great. And I never thought this would happen to us, but
What?
we got to go into the room. She was so wonderful to us. She allowed us to go into the room.
Oh, you saw the birth.
Oh, it was so exciting. And we like talked her through it, and I held her head, and the doctor delivered the baby. And my husband felt a little bit left out, so he had an epidural.
Good.
Yeah.
As every male should have one.
Yeah. And I know we're crazy, but we just love this little baby so much, and she already takes after our family. She's adopted, but she takes after my mother-in-law. Ask me why.
Why?
They both drink straight from the bottle. And, and you know what I did? Because I said I shouldn't drink.
That's wrong.
Yeah, well, most of the things I do are wrong.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So I brought a picture of her, and I know I shouldn't, but I'm a mother, and every mother thinks that their baby is the cutest baby in the world. So where's the baby? Here it is. And you know, I live in Las Vegas now, so everyone does impressions in Las Vegas.
Yes.
So this is my little baby, and she's wearing her
her
ducky robe, and this is her impression of a ducky. Where do I show my
Right
little
there.
baby? Her name is Molly. Everyone go, "Aw." Don't forget to go, "Aw." And we had a little bit of a time naming her, because we're both in our 40s, my husband and I, and by the time you're in your 40s, every name you think of reminds you of people you don't like. So for a while...
So how long did it take you?
Yeah, well, a long time we were down to Jethro Nefertiti, and then we kind of came up with Molly. And my husband, I have to say, he's a wonderful father. But, because I understand, you're going to be a father soon, right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to be a father in February, and I am naming my girl Nefertiti Jethro.
Nefertiti Jethro.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
are you going to be a hands-on daddy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
I
my
will be
husband...
complete hands-on.
See, my husband is a wonderful father, and he plays with her, and he loves her, and he makes sure... He doesn't want to go near a diaper.
You have to go near a diaper. That's in the contract.
No, he crossed that bit out. He doesn't want to go in. And so he wanted a nanny. He suggested a young Swedish nanny. And yes, we ended up, I hired a woman in her late 60s from one of the Baltic states.
Excellent.
I got even.
Where do I put baby?
Yes, exactly.
Baby gonna poop on my arm.
You're very good. I love that.
Thank you. I'm from Baltic State. Yes.
I've been working on impressions because I'm in Vegas and people do impressions. So
You're playing over at New York, New York. I
Yes.
see you whenever I go out there.
Yes, but so far I only do a French person disagreeing with someone.
Please.
No.
That's a good. That's.
That's all I've got.
You made me feel like I actually was back in France because I've met a lot of those people in France. No.
I'm that good.
No.
I'm that good.
No.
Yes, I can do it.
We know.
You American?
Pugno.
Oh. Okay, I do another one.
Okay.
I do Steven Seagal answering the phone in a movie. He's not a great actor. Are you with me on this? Yes, okay. Okay. Here it is. Steven Seagal answering the phone in a movie. I do 1, 2, 3, you go ring, ring, ring. 1, 2, 3.
Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
You know what? When you and Steven Seagal have your big fight,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be there to help you out.
Please don't mention it to him then.
You have a new book out. It's called Tickle Pink. It's a comic novel, and Rita Rudner, of course, that is you.
Yes.
Now, is this based on you?
It's not fact or fiction, it's faction.
Faction.
Yes, because what I did was I took the interesting bits of my life, which really is only being a stand-up comedian, and then I combined it with the person who had more sex than I did. Because I had to fit, fill 325 pages. This would have been over on page 3.
The end. Huh?
Yeah. No, but it was really fun because I got to document. I love the comedy scene in the 80s in Manhattan. And this is all set in the 80s in all of the comedy clubs when people were just starting. And my first time on David Letterman is in there, and my first HBO special. But it's just kind of, it was hard to write. A novel, you sit down, I'm going to write it out 5 years later. It took me 5 years. Well, the first 2 years I did work on an Etch-a-Sketch, which I feel was a mistake. But
No,
that was wrong.
Not especially, but I did it.
No, it's no good. But it was a real achievement. Like when the book arrives and you just see it and you get to hold it, you just think you didn't waste your time. And I think I'll read some to you now. No.
We got Rita Rudner. She's tickled pink. Come on back.
We'll be back. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Hey, if you'd like to be a studio audience member of the Wayne Brady Show, then here's what you do. You call 1-866-77-BRADY or log on to www.ocatv.com. Come on down, get a ticket. I'll give you hugs. We'll talk. We'll have a good time. You never call, you don't write. I'm telling your mother.